Gridiron fanatics out there, and glad you are here with us on Gridiron Gab Pro Style. Where we discuss all things pro football, from the scoops of the regular season to the scores in the postseason and the picks of the all-season. Let that gabbing begin. Hello, all you good folks, all you working people out there. This your man, Mr. Cee Low, back again, bringing you guys all the updates on the biggest stories in the NFL. You know how we do it. Thank you so much for joining us on Gridiron Gab. Please don't forget to like us and subscribe to us on our YouTube channel, which is the only channel we have. If you guys would like to see me on another platform, please let me know. While I have your attention, I would like you guys to go to the Facebook page and check us out. Check the poll out we have. I'm going to have another poll up here shortly. It's based on the title, should DeAndre Hopkins be a good fit in New England? As well as the poll that we had, would he be a good fit in Tennessee? Because he did leave Tennessee last night without a deal, but that doesn't mean it rules him out. So, hold hope, you Tennessee Titan fans. You may have a deal. That doesn't necessarily mean you won't have one, but he is due to visit, fly to Foxborough on tomorrow evening, according to sources, and I think that's Ian Rappaport said that he is due to fly in on tomorrow. But anyway, go and check that out. Also, go check out my Instagram at Mr. Cee Low. And if you have anything that you'd like to add to the show, maybe you want to tell us what we can do to make the show better, please do so. We always value your opinions over here. As well as, inbox me if you have questions, a question you'd like for me to answer, if you will. Please do so. And as well, go check out the other channels that I have in store. Like if you're a Carolina Panthers fan, check out my other show, Growlin' and Prowlin'. And I'm going to have a Gridiron Gab college show coming out real soon. So I haven't figured out the subtitle to that, but I'm working on that. But first things first, as we said, like I said, make sure you like and subscribe to the show, or dislike if you will. DeAndre Hopkins is the topic for the day. The superstar wide receiver that I actually did a show on last night left. As a matter of fact, as I was shooting, he left Nashville without a deal. So we are back at square one. He is still searching for a home as of today. Now, this is what we know so far about the New England visit. Most of the time, the one rule that Bill Belichick has is that when you ask him about another player, he generally responds with something about, along the lines, I don't know about that. I only know about the guys that are officially on the Patriots roster, or I only know about the guys who are here. I don't know about guys that are not on our team. That's generally his response. But reporters still ask him the question. And, of course, like the poker face kind of guy he is, this time he gave not such a straightforward answer. He basically said, I'm not about to. We talked to him. We're working through it. I'm not sure. Well, that's more of a direct answer than you ever will get from a Bill Belichick. Well, let me rephrase that. Not a direct, but a unclear answer. Because majority of the time, Bill Belichick's going to give you the age-old poker face type answer of, but let me pull up what Mac Jones had to say. he really said something along the lines of, we have a good group and definitely feel like we just need to keep growing together. Now, I will say that if this guy could get this type of player, a dynamic of a player, it would be different. I'm sorry, here's the quote. I definitely think that's a hypothetical. But I think DeAndre is a great player. I mean, you watch his film from college all the way through the NFL, he's done a great job. So obviously we'd love to have him, but we do have a great group of guys, and we just know that we want to win. And I know that all the guys feel the same way. And then he goes on to say, I've been really pleased with the playmakers that we have on our team. Like, we've come out here and we've really bought into the system, and that'll really show in training camp and preseason. It's sometimes hard to show that out here, but I've been really pleased with the tight ends and running backs and all the receivers, the young guys, old guys. We have a good group, and definitely feel like we just need to keep growing together, and whoever's in that room, we're going to try and dominate together. Now, here's the thing. He is definitely saying the right things, but here's the flip side to that. He didn't say he didn't want this guy. That's always the Bill Belichick way of teaching his guys how to speak. And, I mean, honestly, if you're Mac Jones, you need somebody that can make things a little bit easier for you. And I think, honestly, this guy would definitely do a monstrous job of being able to do that. You even have, let's see, there's a question. There's even a comment from Devontae Parker. And we know Devontae Parker has had his ups and downs, if you will. And we already had one from Kendrick Bourne saying he'd love to see the Patriots sign Hopkins. This was last week. And Devontae Parker wasn't interested in discussing the 5-time Pro Bowl receivers and pending visit. He says, I'm just focused on us right now. Great player, but I'm focused on us. A lot of people could read something into that, but I'm one of those guys that, maybe Devontae Parker is just one of those guys that is one of the Belichick guys. He's just focused on doing him. He's just focused on attempting to get himself together. But, it is what it is. But, doing a video about, Nuke Hopkins, we also have to go through the nostalgic aspect of redefining his stats as I did last night. But some of you first timers, I will go through it again. This is kind of what the New England Patriots would be getting. Now, I know the 21-22, a lot of people are saying this guy's slowing down, but he was hampered by injuries. Both of these, one was a suspension, one was injuries. But you look at his productive years, and people say he's a long way away from that 2020 season, the 115 receptions, 1,407 yards, and 6 scores. But I think that's just a drop in the bucket. I think he has the ability still left in him under the right system with the right quarterback to make a splash. Now, am I saying that Mac Jones is that guy? I don't want to throw him under the bus, but I'm not sold on Mac Jones. But do I think DeAndre Hopkins can make him better? Absolutely. I do think he can make him better. But, just looking at these numbers, you're looking at a guy who's had right at 100 receptions, 4 seasons, and he's been well over 1,000 yards. Look at this. You got, 2 seasons where he didn't catch. Oh, I'm sorry. He's got 5 seasons right at 100. Because I'm sorry, I missed that 2015 season. I'm sorry, how did I miss that? And then you've got the near 96 right here. So you've got 5 seasons of 100 plus receptions nearly. You've got right at 6. You could argue that 954 right here. 6 seasons of nearly 1,000 yards receiving. And you look at the numbers, and he's got 3 years where he's had nearly 10 touchdowns. So you're talking about a guy who's a heavy producer going to this New England Patriots team who's really, when you look at the roster from what's coming back, you really don't have much. A lot of people would argue Devontae Parker and Juju Smith-Schuster. And then there's a guy who I really love coming out of college, Scotty Washington. Big, physical, one of one of my favorite receivers coming out of Wake Forest, being that you know, you're talking about a guy who's big, physical, and fits the mold of a lot of the things that you want to give a wide receiver that wants to, a quarterback that wants to throw it down the field. And that's what he brings to the table. He's got a big physical body. And I think the problem with Scotty Washington is his size. Now, I'm not making this about him, but I think it's, it's one of those situations where teams think if you don't have the speed, then hey, it's a problem. So it's a thing that I think if they gave Scotty Washington the reps and allowed him to do his thing, like he did at Wake Forest with Sam Hartman. Sam Hartman was really great because of himself, and I'm trying to remember who the other guy was. But he's in the NFL now. But these guys, he can be very dangerous. He can be very, very dangerous. But you watch this team and you think, how could DeAndre Hopkins move? And this guy would be huge for the New England Patriots, because outside of, as I said, you're looking at Devontae Parker. Matthew Slater was okay. Juju Smith-Schuster is a proven vet, but you're talking about, let's go and look at the Patriots, what they've been able to do, because right now they were in the bottom half of passing. We looking at the stats right here. You're talking about a team that was a lot like the Falcons in a lot of ways, but they were able to throw it down the field. They did have over 3,500 yards throwing the football, so they weren't that wretched, but they weren't great by any stretch of the imagination. But as I said, you look at the roster here. You've got Kendrick Bourne, Jacoby Myers, who had 83 receptions, is gone. He's gone. He's a Raider now, and to make the blowing worse. Now they do have Hunter Henry, which is really funny that they brought that up. That the tight ends have been doing exceptionally well, and yeah, they have. They don't have Nelson Aguilar anymore. You're looking at Jacoby Myers is gone. Nelson Aguilar's in Baltimore. And then you got guys that are tight ends, your third leading receiver, and N'Keal Harry. I don't even think he's signed. I don't even think this guy's signed. But you're talking about, you're talking about a guy that is, just getting it done. And honestly, it's tough to watch. It really is at times, especially with the roster that the New England Patriots have had post Tom Brady. That's really what's been the real question mark, because you wonder, at some point you got to make a move. You have to make a move and start signing your big name guns. You got to start putting some big name guns in there. Like I said, you got Devontae Parker, who's been a good player, and like I said, you got Kendrick Bourne, who showed some flashes. But you're talking about, what's really tough. You're talking about a team that does not have doesn't have that. And I'm not saying you have to have the star power, but you need at least one guy that has the upscale capability to be a superstar type player, and I don't see that with the New England Patriots right now. And I'm not saying, and a lot of you guys know I'm a Carolina Panther fan, but the Patriots just don't have that. And honestly, this would be a good fit for them, but I think Tennessee's a better fit. I think they're a much better fit for. I think they're so much a better fit than when you look at what New England will do. New England's not going to feature him, you know. And people will say, well, I don't think he's capable of being a feature back anymore. I mean, feature wide receiver anymore anyway. I beg to differ. You know, I'm just going to throw that out there. I beg to differ. But I think what it is a lot of people are going to say that this, that, and the other because, you know, Nelson Aguilar came there last year as a free agent and, you know, did not have a great year. I think a lot of guys go there. You know, look at the number of guys they have on the roster. You know, you had so many guys that caught a pass last year. So many guys in New England caught a pass. So it's not like you're going to go there and be the feature guy. It's just not going to happen. But looking here and looking at what New England has, the question I have is, and we've never seen this from DeAndre Hopkins, is an ego. The question I have is DeAndre Hopkins capable of being that guy in silence? And I don't think he has a problem with an ego. I just think there may be some things that Bill Belichick might attempt to force on all his players. And he might have an issue with that, being that he's a savvy Pro Bowl veteran. Not saying he would. I mean, but I think it might be. You see a lot of vets that don't take kindly to having their feathers ruffled or doing things that they're not accustomed to doing, especially when they're of elite status as you know, Nuke Hopkins is, you know. But you know, I'm looking back at this and, you know, just let me know what you guys think. You know, I've shown you the statistics. I've shown you what Nuke Hopkins is. You know, the big thing is that Nuke Hopkins is a superstar, and the question I have is whether or not Nuke Hopkins is going to be able to be that dude. And so many people wonder, without a shadow of a doubt, if it's going to work. And see, I know Bill Belichick can be that guy. He can be that kind of guy that just makes you angry and can push a lot of buttons. But I truly believe that this can be a pretty decent marriage, but I don't think it's going to be as good as the Tennessee Titans. It would surprise me if he left Foxborough as a New England Patriot. It would surprise me because I don't see the Patriots as being that kind of team that has a stellar defense that he asked about. They do have the management that he was referring to, so that could be a sell. But, you know, I think they're a ways away, and he's 31. He's talking about a team that could possibly make a run, but I just don't see that. But, yeah, let me know what you think, guys. As always, hit me up on my Instagram at Mr. Cee Low and give me comments. Let me know what you guys think. And as well, if you have questions or ideas for a show that you want me to do, or possible ideas for something different to do, you know, let me know at that. Or if you just want to say hello, you know, and I'll give you a shout out on the air. If you want to contact the show at Gridiron Gab on Facebook, Pro Style, you know, check out the polls that we have. And I'm trying to come up with some really cool items to give away for the 100th giveaway. You can give me ideas on that. Just let me know. I could do a jersey. You know, we draw out of it. You guys let me know when you win what it is you choose. Also, check out Growlin' and Prowlin' if you're a Carolina Panther fan, or if you just want to watch more of my content. And I will be having a college version of Gridiron Gab. I haven't figured out what the subtitle of it's going to be, but if you guys have ideas, you know, hit me up in my inbox, and I'm more than willing to listen. But right now, it's about Nuke Hopkins. If you think he's a good fit for the Patriots, let me know. If you don't think he's a good fit, let me know. If you think he's going to leave Foxborough, without a deal, with or without a deal, let me know. But until the next time, keep gabbing on, fanatics of the gridiron, until we gab again. Same Gab channel, same Gab platform.